Lesson 2. Wellness and hypokinetic diseases. In this lesson, I will be looking at the domains of wellness, hypokinetic diseases and their risk factors. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to list and describe the domains of wellness and explain how these domains are interconnected. You will also be able to explain what is meant by hypokinetic diseases and give examples, and list the risk factors associated with hypokinetic diseases. Wellness has been defined as the integration of all parts of health and fitness that expands one's potential to live and work effectively. It is what we call a mind-body concept. Put simply, wellness is a healthy balance of the mind, body and spirit, and this results in an overall feeling of well-being. It's about how one feels, as well as one's ability to function effectively, and there's also an element of self-responsibility in that one must take responsibility for their own personal well-being. There are 6 domains of wellness: the social domain, emotional, physical, intellectual, spiritual, and occupational domain. So let's take a look at these domains in a little bit more detail. The social domain is about our ability to form personal relationships. It focuses on our ability to form meaningful personal relationships with family and friends, and just about being able to get along well with others. The emotional domain focuses on the development of self-confidence, and it's about having a positive self-concept. It also involves the ability to handle stress and the ability to accept one's own limitations. The physical domain focuses on our ability to exercise properly, to eat a healthy diet, and to avoid what might be considered unsafe practices, such as consumption of alcohol to excess, or smoking, or using illegal drugs. The intellectual domain focuses on the ability to think critically, to identify and solve problems, and to use this information then to enhance our own personal development. The spiritual domain focuses on the ability to find meaning and purpose in life, and the occupational domain focuses on productivity at work. All of these domains of wellness are interlinked or interdependent. So, for example, if there's a disturbance in one area, for example, in the physical area, a disturbance would be if you had poor eating habits. This in turn might lead to you becoming overweight, which over time might develop into obesity. And that then could cause a disturbance in, shall we say, the emotional domain, where it may affect your self-confidence or your own self-concept. And that in turn then may impact on the social domain. Because of lacking in confidence, you may find it difficult then to interact with other people in a social setting. In addition to this, the productivity or occupational domain might be affected, because due to illness, you may find that you miss out on work opportunities, or that you get overlooked for promotion in certain areas. So you can see how a disturbance in one area can contribute towards disturbances in other areas of wellness. So by adopting a healthy lifestyle then, we can actually benefit all of the domains of wellness. Hypokinetic diseases. Hypo means too little or not enough, whereas kinetic means movement. So hypokinetic means not enough or too little movement. A hypokinetic disease then is a disease that's associated with or caused by too little movement or exercise. So why have hypokinetic diseases become more common. In a modern lifestyle, there are numerous opportunities for passive entertainment. So we tend to use our leisure time sitting, possibly watching television or playing computer games. Our work life also tends to be sedentary, as many people find that their work involves desk-bound type activity. So there's very little movement involved there. We also tend not to walk or cycle as much as previous generations would, so we tend to rely more on driving or maybe using public transport to get around. So because of this, our lifestyles have become very sedentary in recent years. As a result of this, then, hypokinetic diseases have become more common. Hypokinetic diseases include coronary heart disease, diabetes, obesity, osteoporosis, cancer, stroke, hypertension, and mental illness. All of these hypokinetic diseases have several risk factors in common. On the left here, I have listed the risk factors with the associated hypokinetic disease on the right. So obesity is a risk factor for coronary heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. Having a sedentary lifestyle is a risk factor for the development of coronary heart disease also, as well as obesity and osteoporosis. Poor dietary habits can also lead to the development of cancer, obesity, coronary heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure is associated with stroke and coronary heart disease. Excessive stress can lead to mental illness as well as coronary heart disease, and cigarette smoking can also lead to coronary heart disease, osteoporosis, and lung cancer. Excessive alcohol consumption is associated with high blood pressure.